보이냐?
뭐가 보여요?
스크린.
그러게요.
화면 잘 보이지?
내 화면 잘
nó cũng phải có một số những cái ơi nhất định đúng không? Là anh không thể nào mà em vướng vào một cái cây mình kiểu nó ngắt là từ từ ra đấy. Đúng, nó phải function nó không phải màu hồng. Nó sẽ là màu camo, màu gọi là màu brown đó.
Can everyone hear me? Oh, okay. Alright, I guess today is a streaming session. Okay, hi everyone. My name is Michael. I guess I can do this in English, or I mean, I can also do it in Korean. We do have a translator, so if anyone actually has like any questions, 노래가 크다고. How do I actually? The song is. 이렇게 하면 되나?
인사해줘. 시청자한테.
인사라고?
사람들 다 또 계속 들어오니까.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, nice to meet you. 되게 좋은 베트남어로 어떻게 인사하는 그런 거 없나? 신짜오 모이니 말고?
Xin chào các bạn.
신짜오 깍반. tôi là sếp 머라고 하면은 어떠냐? 그게 맞는 건가?
좀 촌스럽긴 한데 괜찮기는 해.
Yeah, so I guess today, after Knock, our CEO streaming, I will be the one to stream for 2 hours. So if anyone has any questions, I'm down to actually answer any random questions, you know. Who are you? Can you introduce yourself? My name is Michael. I am the COO of Cerberus Esports. I've been working in this organization for about 6 years now, ever since pretty much the beginning. Mm. If that kind of answers your question about my introduction. Mm. Mm. 뭐 들리나?
요즘 왜 애들 스트리밍 안 하는데요. CEO가 나와서 스트리밍을 해야 되냐고 얘기가 많이 나와요.
Oh, so the question is, why are the players not streaming and why is the CEO and the COO streaming?
예.
I guess right now the players, we have two teams right now that we're managing. One is the PUBG team and one is the Mobile Legend Bang Bang. For PUBG, they're currently on a break, so everyone went to their hometown. So I think they will be coming back in 2 weeks to prepare for the next tournament. And for the Bang Bang team, they're currently in season, so we want them to focus on the current season. So that's why I guess it's me and Nok who kind of needs to stream, which I'm fine with it. So at the end, I think this could be a good session for me to actually kind of communicate with the fans. It's a little bit awkward for me too, but just please bear with me. And yeah.
저기는 퀘션들 나와 있네요.
Why do you make a decision to recruit Sir T, although his performance was not good? Well, that's a good question.
Look at the camera. Look at the camera, please.
I am looking at the camera. Wait. Is this better?
그쪽으로 가야 될 것 같아요.
이게 더 낫구나. Yep, so to answer about why we recruited Sir T. So I guess right now the bottom line is we do need a new in-game leader, and Sir T is quite a good in-game leader as we went through some internal discussions with the coach, the teammates, and the management. And I think for now it is a good piece. In terms of the performance that you guys are talking about, this is what I always tell my players and people around me. You know, like time to time, if you look at like any sports players, everyone can be good, everyone can be bad. You know, you can't always be like perfect every single time. But experience doesn't disappear. You know, it is quite proven that he has been working as a PUBG player for a long time. So I think in that sense, it is also a very valuable asset, and it's also kind of like a good opportunity for us to actually see how the chemistry might work. So we do have further plans for the upcoming PUBG team, not about the current roster. So I think in terms of like a long-term preparation, I think that is like the best that we could have done for now, if that answers your question. So yeah, I mean, if just because his performance was bad on the previous season, just I would say please cheer for everyone. You never know how it's gonna happen because at the end it's battle royale.
애들 얘기하는데요. 그 영어도 많이 모르는 친구들이 있는데요. 그러면 뭐 통역 껴서 해드릴까요? 아니면 어떻게 할까요?
통역 껴서 하면 좋지.
근데 저기 영어로 계속 물어보는데요.
알았어. 일단 영어. 새로운 선수 있어요. 새로운 선수. Sir T가 새로운 선수입니다. Could you please share the future direction for CES PUBG team as there are changes in the lineup? Is the OR gaming to focus on developing young potential players? Straight up, yes, we are focusing to developing the young potential players, but that is not going to happen anytime soon because it also takes time for us to find the good talents, to raise them, and I think until the time that we are ready, we're not gonna publicly announce the young players. So right now for our coaching staff, including Coach Lee, Coach Subang, we are currently still looking for the young talents. And I think that's gonna take some time because the young players, like we started way back in the days with Taikon, Haisaki, and the old roster, It's gonna take some time. So I think, just please give some heads up and then just wait patiently throughout the year. And I think sometime throughout, I would say by the end of this year, we would have some solid plan on the young roster. I cannot guarantee that the young roster is going to completely flip our current roster. It might be a good mix, you never know because, it's the future. But yes, we do have plans to get the young players. I think the quality of CES is going down, don't you think? Well, definitely, I mean, it did go down if you're talking about the golden age of Cerberus. But I mean, if there is a top, there is always a bottom. Like back in the days, we also did League of Legends. There was a time that we did win the VCS championship, even though it was winter. And I think that was also our golden days. But, if there is a rise, there is always a fall. But are we going to give up? No. I think that's the whole beauty of sports and how we kind of find good talents, and it's always fun for everyone. It's stressful time to time, I have to admit it, and losing and having bad performance, it's not like really happy, but at the same time, I think it's a very valuable experience. So yeah. Are you going to add any new fragger?
Hello?
Maybe not. We're still looking, but I think for the current lineup, I think we are quite satisfied. And I think throughout for the long-term plan, I think we will focus on getting the young players. Do you think CES still have the strength to compete for champions in every tournament? Since now, in my opinion, the quality of the team is decreasing. This is what I would say. For us and the coaching staff, we always tell our kids to do your best. If they do become the champion, it is always the best thing. But can you promise to become the champion? No. But at the same time, like if you're not aiming for the championship, then it's pretty much pointless. So every single season, not just for the PUBG team, but for every team, we do tell them to try your best. And if you can become the champion, that is the best thing for everyone. What are they asking about, Knock?
You said that Knock voice is more loud than yours.
Knock, your voice is loud.
Sorry.
What's the question about Taikon?
No, it's kind of like they asked why is Taikon lost in here?
Taikon's here?
Yeah, he was here.
Taikon 안녕. Yinso's here too. Yeah, so I think in terms of like Cerberus, I think a lot of fans know us for PUBG, but we are actually trying a lot of different things. We're trying to expand into different direction, not just about esports, but entertainment in general. So lineup Cerberus PUBG now is not better than lineup before, but I think I will support team and I'm a fan of Cerberus. Good luck. Aw, thank you so much. As I always say, you never know what's gonna happen. If everyone has a good mindset and if everyone has a good chemistry, you never know. You never know. I think that's the beauty of Battle Royale. So technically, we also really didn't expect our boys to win the PGS last year, but I think that was really the outcome of everyone really, really trying hard for like the past 3 to 4 years. So, it just doesn't happen in like one day, it takes time for things to build up. So for us right now, we're actually like building the whole thing again. And, at the end, we're really thankful for what we have right now. And then, we never blame anyone. So, if everyone can kind of look into a very positive perspective, I think that's going to be a great energy for our current players and for the management too. I used to like Cerberus AOV team. They played quite well at that time, and there's past member who now playing for one of the best team AOV, Saigon Phantom Kuga. Do you have any plan to come back in AOV? Lin Kwon, eh? Uh, sure. I mean, we always have plans to come back in other titles. Not just about like Lin Kwon, but we always kind of take in consideration for all the titles. Lin Min Hyun Twai, League of Legends, Lin Kwon, Valorant, or even TFT. But I think it's just a matter of a good timing and just like the right resources. So for now, we just want to keep it small and then focus on what we have right now. And if the opportunity allows us in the future, maybe, because at the end, like esports, fan base is what really gets the org to survive. And in that sense, Link One is also a very good esports title too. Free Fire is also a good esports title too, especially in Vietnam and Southeast Asia. So in terms of like, are we trying to come back to AOV? For now, no, but in the future, maybe. Just come here to say Cerberus PUBG team means a lot to many people and me too. Aww. It means a lot for me too, personally, so thank you, It's really good to see these love from the fans for Cerberus. We have Certi as an in-game leader right now, and Solo Z will become as a fragger. I think for now they are testing many things, so I think until the time that everyone comes back, I think right now the positions are not like really decided, and I really want to respect what the players want to do. So, at the end, if Certi wants to be a fragger, and if that, is what the team wants, then I think that is what I need to trust the players to, go on with it. So for now, you never know. Oh my God, Michael, you speak good Vietnamese. I do.
Do it.
Like what?
Like do your specialty.
So about the whole speaking Vietnamese, I have a very weird, what should I say? Teachers. So Ngoc is from Hanoi, which is the northern side of Vietnam, and my translator, Jason, is from Saigon. So apparently, I guess everyone knows that the northern accent and the southern accent is different, For example, Dum Doi is the northern accent and Dum Roi is the southern accent. And it always kind of gets mixed up, when I actually go out by myself, For example, if I get on Grab, if the Grab asks like something, then I'm like Dum Doi, and he just like turns around and he's like, what did you just say? I'm like, Dum Roi, Dum Roi. And I guess with the players, I did learn a lot of swear languages in different like regions, So yeah. 미희예요. 방송하네요. 그러게 내가 방송을 할 수밖에 없어가지고 방송을 하는 상황이 다. I heard Solo Z is leaking the news of having 2 announcements in tomorrow and May 1st. Can you please give us a small insight of what it'll be? I also don't know what Solo Z is gonna post, so like I'll leave it up to him. He's having fun, so let him be. I really want to join the sharing session between you and the students about esports industry last month. If I don't remember wrong, is there any plan that we will have in the summer since last time? I can't. 무슨 말이지?
No idea. The grammar is a bit mixed up.
I want to join sharing.
I think the VRIS thing.
The school. I mean, if you have any questions, just always feel free to just shoot me an email, or I'll be more than happy to go on an interview. 저보다 더 잘하는데요? 뭘 잘하는데? 뭘 잘해? Yeah, so I mean, I do want to speak more Vietnamese, but I don't think it's quite appropriate for the stream. So, yeah, maybe next time. Maybe next time if I do stream, I'll play some games. I really suck at playing FPS, so maybe I'll play League of Legends because I'm quite good at League of Legends. Yeah, so 베트남 질문 같은 경우는 뭐 또 없어?
일단 없어요. 다 영어하더라고요.
Do you have a Vietnamese name?
Yes.
What is my Vietnamese name?
Michael.
Michael is what they say.
Michael.
Michael. Hello. No one forced you to do this, right? I think you know the answer.
Nobody forced him to do it.
Can you increase the mic volume? Hold on a second. I think it is already max, if this helps. Let me actually put this right closer to my...
Somehow when I talk, it's clearer than...
Is it? Yeah, so I guess I'll put the mic quite close to me. Yeah, so I don't know, like I was actually thinking of creating some content under our YouTube channel, and maybe if there are certain things that you guys want to see, just request any content that you guys want to see. You know, I think I'm more than down to hear from the fans. Can you tell Jason that I missed him? I'm pretty sure that he's gonna be like, oh, you don't. Sure. Sure. B, he misses you.
No, she doesn't.
Exactly. Jason's like, no, she doesn't. Your skin is one content of them. What about my skin? You are handsome. Sin, come on. 야,
뭐요?
베트남어로 내가 방송이 아니라 이제 어떤 콘텐츠를 만들고 싶은데 어떤 콘텐츠를 혹시 내가 했으면 좋은지 한번 팬들한테 물어봐줘.
Đây là truyền đạt lại của anh Michael hỏi các bạn fan hiện tại đang xem kênh của Cerberus chính thống á, thì nếu mà anh Michael quyết định làm cái content gì đó ở trên á, thì không biết là mọi người sẽ ưu tiên muốn Michael làm content về cái gì, thì có thể chat lên trên kênh chat của mình.
Many people say that doing esports in Vietnam cannot be profitable. After many years in Vietnam, what do you think about this statement? That's a good question. This is what I would say. Worldwide, actually, not just Vietnam, doing esports is not profitable. You know, I think everyone knows that there are very, very like few, like maybe like handful amount of esports teams that actually make profit. Other than that, esports business itself is not profitable. So yeah, in that sense, it's very hard for people running the business of esports. But at the end, this is what I would say. Anyone who does esports, they do it because they love esports, you know, they love games, you know. So I think, you know, that is where not just us, but other teams, you know, they really need like the support from the fans, you know. So I think overall, I don't think esports will disappear, you know. It's always gonna be there, you know. So I think it's just a matter of time, how things will develop, you know. For example, if I need to talk about Korea, Hanwha, there are many big conglomerates, like companies, you know, like the big companies like, you know, SK, Hanwha, you know, supporting the esports teams. In terms of Vietnam, I think the timing itself is not there yet. But I think sooner or later it will come. So, you know, just thinking from a very positive perspective, you know, one day I do really feel like, you know, people up there might recognize the beauty of esports, and, you know, things will get better and better. Because I know for sure that a lot of teams in Vietnam, they're really, really doing a great job, you know, just GAM, you know, Team Flash, Vikings, you know, WAG, Team Secret, Team Wales, you know, there are many good wars here. So, you know, I think at the end, if everyone can have like some really like a positive influence like going around, I think that's gonna really help the scene itself to grow and then get better and better. Are there any slot in the media team? We always have slot in the media team. The question is the pay high? I don't know.
No, the pay is low. And you get cut salary.
That's what our CEO Knox said. The pay is low. Your skin is so smooth and perfect, white and strong. No, it's not. Trust me. No, it's not. Daily vlog of you and the team. You are the new member of Cerberus, replacing Haisaki. I wish I can, but I suck at playing PUBG, so probably the boys have to carry me if I get replaced instead of Haisaki. Will Cerberus open an academy team? I think this actually kind of overlaps with the whole plan that I mentioned about the whole long-term plan. The straight up answer is yes, not just for the PUBG team, but other titles too, but again, I think it's the matter of the timing. I think, as I said, for now, we just want to focus on what we have and focus on some other side of the businesses that we have been planning. So, em nó tức Mỹ hốc quan đồ làm như 무슨 말이야?
Disney is really match for the content thing. Doing the content.
Đúng rồi. But he's not here. He's with his family in his hometown right now. So, mà sao farewell bắt nó quá gì? 그건 뭐야?
Why suddenly the farewell is so sudden?
Farewell about the team or about Haisaki? Because the farewell about the team is not true. I think it's our media team who kind of trolled our fans. Who will be a valid replacement fragger and in-game leader at Cerberus, or will they disband eventually? No, we will not disband. I think for the management, we want to continue the whole Cerberus Esports as long as we can. I think for both me and Nog, we really want this team to survive as long as we can. Kind of setting a nice foundation in the Vietnamese esports history that we are a long-lasting organization. So I really wish that you could go live on Thursday since there's no PG.
Is it on?
My mic is on. Since there's no PGS that day, but I don't mind. I will try to stream when there is no PGS, I promise. So I guess today is kind of like a warm-up. So, yep. I will try to stream when there is no PGS. How much did Cerberus sell Haisaki to AGG for? No, we did not sell Haisaki. Yeah, and we want to hear more about esports in Korea and how to develop it in Vietnam. When is Cerberus team going to disband? Never. Plan to sell Solo Z and Did Me? No. Have you been?
I can sell Michael.
I guess Knock can sell me if anyone wants to buy. Have you been Chick Tien? What's Chick Tien?
It's kind of like fun terms that people use nowadays when people get kidnapped to Cambodia and if they get first they get like the electric zapping.
Oh, have I ever been electrocuted? I guess that's the question.
Yeah, kind of.
Indirectly, yes.
What the fuck?
Indirectly, yes. I don't know by what, but yes, in a way, yes. Are you planning to recruit a Valorant team? No. For Valorant, we did run the Valorant team back in the days. I do believe that we did win 3 championships for Valorant, but again, for now, I think Valorant is not our priority. So maybe in the way future if the opportunity allows, but not anytime soon. Can you do 100 push-up this time? I just worked out, so maybe I can do like 50, but 100 is too much for now at once. Did you lose weight? Yes, I did lose weight. I've been working out for about a little bit more than a year now. how about you playing PUBG as a content for Cerberus Media team? I can play League of Legends, but not PUBG because I'm really, really bad at playing PUBG. The people with the biggest fan bases have all left Cerberus team, so where are the fans to buy CES jerseys now? I mean, this is what I would say, certain players did have a lot of good fan base, and I think that's a beautiful memory that we have, And what I can tell is we will always try to make those beautiful memories, new beautiful memories. So, I always support fans, supporting individual players, but in terms of will we get our glorious days back? Sure, I think that's what everyone's aiming for. So, for now, if you want to support other players, that's completely fine. But, just please understand and know that we are always trying our best to get, the good, happy days. Not just for us, but also for the fans too. Do you think PUBG can't develop further in Vietnam? Because even when achieving high international results, PUBG hasn't helped us gain much additional profit. First of all, I would say for PUBG, they did help us enormously in terms of getting additional profit. That's like down, just hands down. In terms of can PUBG develop further in Vietnam, I would say it is slowly developing. It's not going down. PUBG was always there, and I think it's not just about PUBG. It's more about the whole esports in general. PUBG has been a long-lasting game, not just in like Vietnam, but also in Hanoi. So I don't think PUBG is gonna disappear anytime soon. It is a great game. It's a great tournament. It has a great layout in terms of like a yearly plan. They have a lot of tournaments where fans can follow. So I also hope PUBG to always kind of prosper too. And I think in terms of what Crofton is doing, they're doing a really nice job. Follow and support Cerberus since the beginning of PUBG team. Hope to see you get back and rise strongly. Thank you. It really does give us a lot of good, motivation. We will always try our best to rise up. I heard that in the world of esports at Cerberus, there are a lot of unpaid salaries leading to players leaving not only PUBG but also LoL. There were times that we were financially struggling, and I'll be honest, we're not like really financially stable now, but are we like doomed? No. So we do pay the players at the end, So it's kind of like a bad loop where if there are certain times that we couldn't pay, at the end we do pay them back, But in terms of like, can we make other teams like 5-6 teams like Lin Quan, Lin Min, Valorant, what you guys have said? No, which is why I was saying that right now we want to focus on what we have, And if the whole financial status gets a little bit more stable, I think that is when we can actually expand. So, yeah. What do you think when AGG takes all your members back to take back all the old Cerberus titles? I mean, I guess that is the whole, life of an esports player. So that's what I told my players too, AGG, I think that is a great org, I think that is based in China. And for esports players, the career of an esports player is not long, if you talk about like the whole career, they really burn their passion in the early 20s and maybe until like late 20s. So what I always tell them is, what they have done for us is always great and wonderful. But if there are other opportunities for them to actually stack up the money that they can, I think it's also a good thing for them, If I tell them like, no, don't go to AGG, you have to stay in Cerberus, that's a little bit selfish for our side too. At the end, I mean, is it sad? Yes, of course it's sad that these players are leaving. But at the end, even though it's sad, I do really wish them a good life, So, so what do I think about AG taking all of my members? Yes, it's sad, but it is what it is, And I do really hope everyone can have like a good life, you know, not just them, but also for us too. You know, we just have to work with what we have, and you know, you just have to, you know, go for the whole thing that makes it possible, and then, you know, just keep creating that positive environment for people who are still here, you know. Is it just me or is it lagging? Is it lagging? Tuyên từ ses ben lo sắc nhân rồi. Yung một bài.
Oh, he said that the CSLL players confirmed what he just said.
About what? 애들 돈 못 받는 거?
Yeah,
They're all paid now.
They left the org like 1 year ago. They should have been paid now.
They left the org 1 year ago, so yeah. Yeah, what I can confirm is the one who doesn't get paid is me out of everyone in this organization. So
Me, also 5 years, no salary.
yeah. Knock, our CEO, she has no salary for the past 5 years, so yeah. Do you and team have a strategy or innovation for PGS 9 and 10?
Avenger.
Yep, right now for the Avenger roster, you know, with Certi, Dukmi, Solusi, and Zest, and Suban. I think that's gonna be our goer. And simultaneously, I think we're gonna be preparing for the young roster too, if they can kind of learn from the old youngs. So hopefully, I hope that goes well. But you want to come on and stream?
No, I just want to see.
So maybe I will try to stream like once in a while, actually not just in office, but maybe actually going around in Vietnam, you know, in the city, because I do like eating good food. Do your organizations still pour money into LoL and Valorant team in Vietnam? Not currently. I think for Valorant and League of Legends, I think we're still looking for the right time to come back. So, I mean, are we never gonna come back? I would say that's a huge question mark, you know. Do we want to come back? Yes, we do, but it's just a matter of timing, you know. If the timing is good for us to come back, then maybe we will come back in the future. Now, Cerberus is no different than Unicorn Saber. Each player was eaten away and ended up disbanding. Yeah, I mean, that is a sad ending, but I hope that doesn't happen, you know? And that's definitely not what we're trying to do here, so. Yeah, I mean, there are great esports teams, you know, in PUBG, you know, like as you mentioned, Divine, you know, it's a very like a good iconic team. It's also sad that Divine no longer exists. But I hope that, you know, we are not gonna end up like that. So. 그러게 친구들이 내가 베트남어를 조금 할 수 있으면 좋을 텐데, 그치?
아, 베트남 할 수 있으면 여러 가지 얘기할 것 같아. 너무 많이 얘기할 것 같은데.
그러니까 내가 베트남어를 조금 하는 게 좋을 것 같은데. The furious typing sound in the background. Yep, you know who's typing. I guess if I do go out and do some content, Tao, are you down to help? 왜 안티 있어? 아니야. I love anti-fans too, you know, because at the end, anti-fans are also the one who's giving, you know, a lot of attention, you know. Those attentions are really meaningful, you know. It's a good feedback. It's a good feedback, you know. Like there cannot be always be like a perfect environment, you know. We also need to we also need to hear like good, you know, feedbacks, not just from our fans, but you know, even from the haters too. So how about doing a gaming house vlog? Sure, maybe. When the players come back from their vacation, I guess we can do like a small vlog, if that helps. What do you mean by helping? I don't know, maybe like, you know, me like going around the city and then if it's something I can do, I'm down. 페이는 없어. 밥은 사줄게 근데. 밥은 사줄게. 먹방이지 뭐. 먹방 같은 거지 뭐. No, it's pretty much like me going around in the city, like District 1, District 2, Tao Dien, and then maybe like, you know, just kind of doing some food review, because I really do enjoy like a lot of foods in Vietnam. I used to be a fan of Cerberus team and felt very happy when the team won PGS3. Me too. But recently I see Cerberus gradually selling, or there must be some link to the team's best player leave unconditionally. As I said, you know, good opportunities also come to the players, and then if that good opportunity is what the players need to do, you know, they also need to seek for what's best for them, you know. Again, it's sad, but I mean, you know, yeah, you know, just support both the players and the organization. In an esports team, which cost is the largest? Player salary, operating cost? I guess salary, insurance, the rent, electricity, food, you know, there are many things that actually cost, you know, the media team, you know, those small things. So it's not just about the salaries, you know, actually. There are many things that actually gets quite costly, you know, running a team, you know, so. So right now we only have 2 teams, so you know, in terms of like salary, back in the days when we had like 5-6 teams, sure, like salary was the heaviest cost, but I don't think salary is like the biggest cost right now, if I'm correct. You know, if other things kind of add up, it's quite equal. So I'd do anything for food, anything to get out of the house. You need to get out of the house. You need to like really go around. In general, just raise it like that. If it has achievements, sell it. If it loses value, don't pay a cent. Says training center. I wish we can sell, you know, but actually selling players doesn't happen that easily in Vietnam. You know, that's what I can say. I'm not gonna go into the details, but actually if selling player was more active, like Korea or China, it would have been a much better environment, but sadly, selling players doesn't happen that much in Vietnam. I need to speak to another human. Oh my gosh. You're teaching English to students. You are speaking to other humans.
Yeah, she's teaching me.
CEO của SESHAR cho 뭔 소리야?
Exactly like what? Is it the CEO of CES?
Am I the CEO of CES?
Yes, you are now.
No, I'm not. I'm not the CEO. I'm the COO. The CEO is Nop. Do Nop. That is the CEO. Do Cerberus recently get to have any striking prodigy player like Taikon used to be? We are always finding, but right now, no, you know. But we are always seeking if there are any good talents, you know, because that does kind of connect to the whole long-term plan of having like a young, you know, talents. So for now, no, but do we plan to get any good prodigy players? Yes. 그러게. Do they watch? I wonder if they watch actually Mobile Legend Bang Bang.
No.
I don't think so. Probably in a few months when it's get more advertised.
Bang Bang is also a great game, you know. I think right now we're really doing our best with the team. I think actually the whole the ecosystem and the companies, you know, the sponsors are actually really supporting the MLBB scene. So I know like Lin Quan is like the best, you know, mobile game right now. But you know, also pay attention to MLBB too, you know. Because I think in general that's also a quite popular game in Southeast Asia. So, bro, look more handsome than I thought. Oh, thanks. I'm not that handsome. There are more Dep Jai people in Vietnam. Produced the dirtiest and trashiest coach PUBG V and Agaga Cross went out with UNC players, causing the team he devoted 3 to 4 years collapse. Now I don't know if he went out of cess. Don't be toxic. You know, everyone has goods and bads. You know, at the end, I know that everyone's trying hard. So, you know, you never know what's happening behind. But at the end, you know, just support the players and the team. You know, AGG is also a good org. They have money. Oh my god, your Vietnamese reading ability is good. Is it? 100% confidence that Haisaki went to Agaga. Maybe, maybe not, who knows? It's up to them. How much AGG paid Cess? 0. We did not get any money. We did not sell.
We wish we could sell.
Don't bother Duan Dang's comments. He's just mad and salty. It's fine, you know. It's just answering questions, you know. I wonder if our fans are mostly from Saigon or Hanoi or maybe other regions.
I think mostly everywhere.
Everywhere?
Yeah, there's a bit here and there.
이게 내가 베트남어를 확실히 좀 할 수 있으면은 조금 더 원활하게 소통을 했을 텐데, 그치?
그 정도 하려고 한 2년 거라.
2 years?
2년 정도 건데.
그러게 내가 그러니까 베트남어를 하면서 if I can stream, you know, I think that's what maybe Tao, if you're down to help, you know, I think that's what you can do. Or I guess like, you know, if I can film some content and post the video on YouTube, I guess that could be a good start. You were so success with the exploration of Himas. Hope seeing another banger player. I hope to see another banger player too, you know. How much is the minimum budget for investing a team like Cerberus PUBG? It's always different, you know. It's always different. You know, for example, if you're trying to invest into a young talent, you know, like no-name young talent, of course, like the cost is gonna be not so big. But you know, let's say that if you're trying to invest into like a really named players, like famous players, of course the cost is gonna be high. So at the end, it's like, what direction do we, as in like Cerberus, want to go? You know, and I think right now, you know, I think we're trying to optimize what we have, and then also look for the long-term plan. Im Kudei is a banger player. Trust me, I know he's a banger player, of course. How old are you? That's a secret. EWC is in about 4 months. Do you think Cerberus PUBG could make it, in your opinion? I think if we try our best, I think we can actually make it, you know. I really hope the boys to actually go to EWC too. Yeah. You know, at the end, you know, I always tell the boys, you know, as long as you guys actually have fun, you know, and it's always good for us, you know. If they can actually get some good results, you know, get some good money, you know, that's good for everyone. But yeah, you know, at the end, I really hope them to have like a good, good experience. You from Korea? Đúng rồi, I'm from Korea. Well, actually, no, I'm from America. So, yeah. Team spent a lot of time to raise and wait for Taekwondo. Do you think it was worth it compared to the amount of time that he actually played for the team? Sure, of course it was worth it, I also had a lot of fun, good memories with Taekwondo. Hmm. And always, like raising these young talents is always fun. I mean, it is stressful time to time, but at the end, once they actually show up in the tournament, if they actually show some good performance, it actually makes everyone proud. The fans get happy, the management gets happy, the players also feel very proud of it. So, you know. Oh, we all talked about Haisaki, but what happened with Lambao? Sorry if I missed it since I just joined the live. Lambao, I think for him, he just didn't fit that well to the current roster that we have, and I think he had some other connection with the players that he wanted to play with. So, at the end, we always value the chemistry, It's not a game where you just play by yourself, There must be some teamwork, So maybe in the future, if Lambao can come back, that would be nice. But I think for now, we just want Lambao to also have his own, mojos and, his own time with the people that he feel more comfortable. So, which food in that you love much, guy? I guess what food do you like in Vietnam is the question. I like bún thịt nướng, bún chả, bánh cuốn, cơm tấm, 그리고 그거 분도망동. What workout are you doing? You look much healthier. I run about like 10 kilometers a day and then I do weightlifting for about additional hour. What about Media Mod, Media High? Who are they? I also have no idea who they are. I know their names, but in terms of like Media Mod, High, Ba, like I don't know the code names, So now, is he still in gaming house? Because tomorrow is his birthday and I can't connect with him. No, he is not in the gaming house right now. Everyone went out for vacation because I think this week is a long holiday weekend. So, except for the Mobile Legend Bang Bang team, all the PUBG team, everyone went to their hometown, with their families. How's 감독님 also? Is he working out with you? I try to drag him to the gym, but time to time he does come, he doesn't. He's fine, he's fine. Are you Subang's brother? You look like him. No, I am not Subang's brother, but I could be his, brother from another mother. 동생이 뭐지? 베트남어로? M. M자이.
남동생.
M자이가 남동생? Subang is my M자이. Yeah, I think maybe next time if I actually play some games, I think that's gonna be much more interesting. I am a UG student major in data science now, but I'm willing to work in an esports team. Why? Is there any role that you think it fits with what I'm studying? Data science. I guess you love esports?
What is a UG student though?
I think it's an undergrad student.
Oh.
Undergrad student.
Okay.
Well, this is what I would say. Your major actually doesn't matter working in esports because talking about major, I am a biochemistry major. I'm a complete science guy, but I'm working in esports. So you never know. If you love games and if you have some common sense about like running a team, then passion is what makes you go on. I always tell my M guys or M guys in a way that major is one thing, but in terms of like working, you really need to try a lot of different things, to find what suits you. Even though you are like a business major, a science major, you never know where you're gonna end up working. I think that's the whole beauty of life. At the end, maybe you like a certain criteria of a subject, but I like your major. If you want working in esports scene, please go to America. Are there any intern jobs this summer in Cerberus? Our CEO says we do have intern job, no pay though. 감독님 보고 싶습니다.
쌤 아니라고 할까요?
아니 인철이라고 써있는데 쌤인지 다 알지. It's fine. What is it and how can I find information about it? Please contact our Cerberus page. If there is a CV or if there is certain thing that you want to talk about, just send a message in our Facebook. Yeah, if you can actually, I would say if you're interested in content creation, or actually if you're good at, if you have some artistic abilities like drawing, design, I think that we can actually see if you can actually fit somewhere. I'm not sure if anyone has asked this before, but what made you decide to come to Vietnam to do esports? To be honest, I actually did not expect to come to Vietnam to do esports. It was really like a random opportunity that kind of fell into my hand, and for me, I was like, during that time, I'm still young, but I was quite young too, and I like, experiences. I like experiences, and for me during that time when I was in America, Vietnam was a country that I've never been to. I did hear a lot of good things about it, and I mean, like one day I was actually thinking of visiting Vietnam, and I was like, sure, actually, if I can kind of live in Vietnam, get to do some great things, I think it was a good opportunity. So during that time, I was just thinking like maybe I can stay there for 2 years, maybe 3 years, but
6 years.
Yeah, now it's 6 years, which means that I love Vietnam. So, yeah, it's just not about esports. I think there are many things that actually make me, get hooked into Vietnam. So, food is one thing. Many great opportunities. Can you play PUBG? I can, but I'm really bad at playing PUBG. How about 싹 nước bỏ cầm? 그게 뭐야?
It's kind of like a slave job.
A slave job. Maybe. Do you miss home when you work so far from your hometown? Actually, my home is a little bit closer compared to the time that I was in America, because Vietnam is close to Hàn compared to America. And time to time for, I guess I do go back to Korea, maybe 3 times a year. So, Cerberus is a Vietnamese công ty or Korean công ty? It's a Vietnamese company, ladies and gentlemen. It is a pure Vietnamese company. Yeah, I guess there were a lot of questions back in the days, you know, about Cerberus. Oh, Cerberus is a Korean company. Oh, it's a Vietnamese company, you know. Michael is so good at Vietnamese. Am I?
Đúng rồi.
Đúng rồi. When is your birthday? It's Christmas Eve, December 24th. It's my birthday. Yeah, having a birthday on Christmas Eve is not actually a good thing, you know. Do you and Miss Nok have any plan to travel to other country in Asia? Sure. I mean, if there are tournaments and if we have time, then definitely we do want to kind of travel around, you know.
We used to go to Thailand three times per year.
Yeah.
You know?
Back in the days, we did go to Thailand, you know, since there were a lot of PUBG tournaments in Thailand. So, I do kind of want to visit Malaysia if I can, you know. Between PUBG, Valorant, and LoL, which one do you play best? Definitely LoL. Definitely LoL. I wish I was actually good at FPS games, but I'm really, really bad at FPS. Have anybody in the team teach you curse word before? Ooh, yes.
No, they don't even need to teach you.
Yes, they don't actually need to teach. I just hear them every day, you know. But yeah, just to mention about a couple of players, I think it was the LoL boys that taught me the most. You know, Hung, Atemit, Ronoi, Ronopi, Yado.
Specialty.
Yeah, everyone has like a different accent, you know, because Hung's from Saigon, Ron's from Da Nang, and Yado's from Hanoi. And I swear, you know, like these swear words are all different, you know, by region. But I think you can hear me curse in Vietnamese if I actually play games.
다 끝나가네요. 20분 남았어요.
내려가서 스크린 봐도 될 것 같아. 녹이
그럴까요?
녹이 도와주니까
네.
내려가.
갈게요. 제가 없으니까요. 내일은 다 잤더라고요. 출근하네.
알았어. 나중에 봐.
네.
Who are you? That's a good question. I am Michael. And I think
I am an Asian-looking American who living in Vietnam.
So you do understand the content in Facebook by media. I do click on the whole C translation in Facebook because, you know, nowadays, even though there are a lot of like, you know, Vietnamese comments, I just click C translation. So I do read everything to kind of see the general gist of what people are trying to say. It is good to see you because Cerberus PUBG bring me many emotion. I'm scared one day that Cess will disappear. Oh, yeah, I mean it does bring me a lot of good emotions too, you know. I wish we can always last forever, but you know, nothing lasts forever, right? You know, one day we will disappear, you know. But at the end, I do really want to really stay forever, you know. And I hope that day comes, you know. We will always try hard, and you know, we really want the whole flagship of Vietnam esports, you
I mean, there are many great teams, but I really wish Cerberus could be one of them. I never say like we are the best esports team in Vietnam, but definitely I mean we are a long-lasting team. So just to kind of give you a heads up, we're not gonna disappear, we're not gonna disband anytime soon. So I guess if that kind of lifts your worry, you don't have to worry about that. So. Yeah, please stay forever. I wish we can. We'll try our best. I mean, I will try to learn more Vietnamese so that I can communicate with you guys in Vietnamese. I think in terms of like the live stream, there are some obstacles in terms of like communicating. So maybe I will start with some video clips that I can post, and maybe just by reading some comments, if there are other requests, maybe I think that I can start from there. Yeah, I know about Cerberus since 2020 with AOV team. I can still remember the players at that time. LH, Chihiro, Skizar. So you're like a long-lasting fan for 5 years. Yeah, I mean, we do really hope to come with some good things in the future too. So, just stick with us, No one's gonna give up here, We're always trying hard, so. And maybe, those players might come back and, maybe see in different titles too, because these players really, some players really continue on the whole esports career, so maybe, maybe. I watch Cerberus Valorant as well. Most of the players, they are still playing in Team Lazy. I think certain players are in Lazy, certain players are in different places, I do talk to a couple of them once in a while, to see if they are doing well, so. What do you think? The old CES lineup is now the AGG lineup. Yes, I know it's the old the old Cerberus lineup. But I mean, it's a different org, different vibe, different spirit, different team. So, I just wish, our old boys to also have fun, as I always tell even our current boys to have fun. At the end, once they were our comrades, but tomorrow they could be our enemies. But at the same time, I love every single one of them, so. How long have you worked in Cerberus? Now it's my 6 years. Sao Nam?
Yes, that's right.
Sao Nam. I hope one day Cerberus will be as strong as before. I hope so too, and then we will always try our best to get strong.
Matcha latte, do you like it? Your favorite drink? Matcha latte.
Huh? What do you mean by matcha latte?
Somebody asked you about your favorite drink.
Oh, my favorite drink? My favorite drink. Actually, I like Café Den, or Americano.
Café Den Americano is different.
Café Den without sugar, to be precise. Yeah, I only drink Americano or cold brew. So, if you have a chance to invite the Golden Age players again, would you invite them? That's like a yes and a no question, It really depends on our current team, If our current team feels that is the best thing, then I guess I can respect what they want. But, I always tell past is past, If you think too much about the past, you cannot think about the future. So if past is beautiful, it's a good memory, then I just want to keep it as a good memory, Future is always different and volatile, and you never know what's going to happen. I see that the current Cerberus is almost like the Bao Nam lineup, only missing Glories.
Well, we have Duke Me and Solo Z, so it's half and half, you know. Not almost, you know. And again, it's a new chemistry, so you never know what's gonna happen. Do you have a girlfriend? No, I am single. Is there any new player that will be announced soon for next PBS? Maybe or maybe not. Maybe or maybe not. For now, no, but always things can change. You know, things can change. Chi not oi, thiên đích e voi chú nhé đích e. What does that mean?
Asking me to do translation.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm doing it. Just keep doing.
Lulu? Oh. 갑자기 고양이 방송을 하게 됐네. Sorry, I have to feed my cat real quick.
Show up.
맛있어. Any fan meeting soon? Not anytime soon. Not anytime soon. If you get married, would I be invited? I guess the question is, will I get married? What do you think about Dukmi? I think Dukmi can come back. I always think Dukmi is a great player, you know, not just Dukmi, Solo Z, you know, everyone's a great player, you know, like they've been staying in Cerberus for a long time, and there is a reason why they stay for a long time. So, you know, I really hope they can actually fly high, you know, for the next upcoming tournaments. We just have a fan meeting in LG promotion. We actually did, you know, if there are any other good, like, you know, those sponsors or any like good events, I guess we can kind of see you guys in those offline events. I want to see you with team in another day when servers have a plan for a meeting. I'll try to show up. I'll try to show up. How long do you think it will take for Cerberus to be as big as it used to be? Well, it took us 4 years to actually win a global championship. So hopefully this time, I guess it's not going to be as long as 4 years. You know. Yeah. You can't let Hesu one up you. What does that even mean? What do you mean by Hesu? A cute cat. Yes, Lulu is very cute. Bro, so Depjai, why don't you have a girlfriend? That's a good question. Kombiet? I don't know. Says có twin them no get chin up. What does that mean? Girls think he's gay. That's actually true, you know. I'm not gay, but a lot of people think I'm gay here, you know. But I don't go out. That's the thing. I usually stay at home. So maybe I should go out, you know, maybe. Bro, you can read out the Vietnamese but can't figure out. No, I can. I can't. sẽ hoàn thiện CV. Is that about like someone who's trying to apply?
Yeah.
Oh. Xin cảm ơn. What is that? What is that emoji that we're posting?
Stroll dog, stroll Vietnam.
Do you love Tết in Vietnam? Yes, I do. I do. I do. It's very unique, you know. It's very, very unique. It's a long holiday, so you know. I guess the best is if I can actually speak and understand Vietnamese. I think the whole communication could be better, right?
Yes.
Or maybe I can, I guess, like, you know, streaming outside, like in the city. I think that could be an idea too. Your skin routine, yeah? I want to know about it. My skin routine. It's actually not that complicated. I just put toner after I wash with the whole facial foam. So toner, essence, ampoule, and lotion. That's it.
That is more than me.
Yeah, I'm old, so you know, I do need to do some basic skincare, you know, just to kind of drift away from aging too early. Yep, but sooner or later, you know, we're actually trying to sell some cosmetics, so maybe I can actually be a little bit more enlightening in terms of like giving some skincare routine. At do not. Yuan fan Cerberus ba năm chưa bảo 바보팅 KM 제약 홍보나 해라. 나중에 홍보하면 되죠. 지금은 홍보하는 것보다. What do you think if investing in esports doesn't work out? I failed at it. To be honest, there were times that the investment didn't work out, you know. But again, you know, we could have just gave up long time ago. I think all of the management like decided not to give up since everyone really loves doing esports. So we all knew that this is not profitable. But at the same time, you know, I don't think we're gonna quit. So I think that's why we're really trying to expand into different direction to actually get this business running. Wishing you strength and good health to lead the team. Come on. You take good care of your skin. I really try hard. My skin used to be really, really bad back in the days. So, you know, once it gets bad, it's really hard to actually get back up. Oh, come on. Oh, there's a Vietnamese flag, I guess, for the 50-year anniversary for tomorrow. I think someone asked you a question, Nok.
Huh?
I think someone asked you a question.
Translation. Yeah. I'm not here, so.
I think it's in the comment.
I know. She asking me for translation, but I'm not here to know what you're saying, so Move on.
Oh. Hmm. Yeah, I guess people really do want to hear in Vietnamese, so yeah, I'll promise I'll really try to learn some Vietnamese and then maybe try to communicate with the fans in Vietnamese too.
It's me telling you that you should promote KM.
Yeah. You are Korean, right? I'm Korean American. I'm Korean American. How do you say Korean American in Vietnamese?
Mỹ gốc Hàn.
Mi gok han?
Mỹ gốc Hàn.
Mi gok han.
Yes.
Mi gok han. You are working out and drinking coffee at 9 p.m. Why you do that to yourself? Actually, I'm immune to coffee. I can always sleep well even though I drink coffee. Is Cerberus Bang Bang possible? It's been a little bit more than 1 month that the boys got together. So I think a couple of them, like I think for our top lane, it's the first time that he's trying as an esports player. So I think for now it's just like a good time for everyone to get a good grasp and get some good experience on the whole tournament. If they can actually pull some amazing results, that would be great. But yeah, I told them that as long as you guys can get like a nice valuable lesson for this season, maybe we can continue to see some bright future. So in terms of like possible, I hope, I mean, we are already in the playoff as number 6. And I think we can do better. They are actually improving day by day. So please promote KM Cosmetics. Me love sheet mask. We will very soon, very, very soon, we will actually promote the KM Cosmetics. So, yep, keep on heads up. I think Bang Bang is not famous in Vietnam, like Indonesia and Cambodia. Link 1 is the famous game here, so I think if the Vietnamese team does well in the international tournament, maybe, slowly, it might get a little bit popular. Because this year, I think they're actually investing a lot into Bang Bang. What do you think if investing in esports doesn't work out? I failed it. Oh, so what I said was like, technically we did fail, but we never gave up. Just because you fail on something doesn't actually mean that we're just gonna stop. Everyone decided to go on, so I think we're always trying to work around to see how we can make things possible. Failure is also a very, very good lesson in order to achieve success. So, and if Bang Bang team does well in this tournament, we will have a lot of funny content about them, like PUBG team. Sure. I think for now, I both me and like the coaching staff, like especially Coach Lee and also Jason, we really want the boys to focus, fully on the tournament. That's why we're not doing any like content or media for the Bang Bang. But I think once they kind of get used to the whole tournament environment, the whole esports life, maybe slowly we'll try to kind of make them go on public. I would like to ask, after Cerberus bid farewell to 2 players, Haisaki and Lambao, what will Cerberus do to stabilize their roster for upcoming matches, and what are Cerberus's upcoming goals? So as you can see on our fan page, we already recruited Certi as our endgame leader.
I think that's gonna be a good. I hope it's gonna be a good chemistry with me, Solosi, and Zest. And I think that's gonna be our current lineup for this year. Meanwhile, simultaneously, we will be also focusing on getting some young players, young talents, to see if they can actually have a nice mix and match, learn from the old experienced players, and see if we can actually aim for a good plan for next year and the year after. Mm. Then must have a healthy economy. Sure, healthy economy is always important. You know, we did learn some great, sad, and terrible lessons about economy. So hopefully, you know, we're learning things one by one. So, you know, I really hope things to get better. Mm. We're not perfect, but, you know, we're really trying to fix things one by one. Mm. Economy from Ban Ao. What's Ban Ao?
Selling jersey.
Selling jersey. Well, you know, we really do try to sell some cosmetics in the future, so hopefully if we can get some good support, you know, I think that will also help a lot. 감독님 방송 when? I don't think he's gonna do 방송. maybe soon. But it's not gonna be about esports. It's gonna be about food.
Food.
How about the Magic Chess and Bang Bang are not really have many players and competitions like others? I guess Magic Chess is TFT?
I don't know.
What do you mean by Magic Chess? If you actually have a question in Vietnamese, you guys can ask in the chat. I do have our CEO translating, so. Actually, let me see if I can fix this. Oops.
Only have 30 more minutes.
I'm having a class right now and I'm in your chat. How supportive am I? What class do you have right now? Cam, oh, chat. Oh, I wish I can actually add the screen here so that I can actually play the game so that the fans can actually see it. You're teaching the class right now while you're watching the stream? Oh, okay. 잠깐만. 이거 어떻게 바꿔? 캠.
You doing?
Let me actually see if I can wiggle this around. Oh, okay.
Nothing to say.
Hold on, hold on.
Nope. What? You?
잠깐만.
Okay, go play some game.
Hold on. How do I actually put this over? No, I do not want to remove this. Ah, okay.
What do you mean it that?
잠깐만. cam. 됐지? 오, 루루. 예. 됐지? Knock.
Good.
Does it work?
Yes?
오케이. 아, 이렇게 하면 되는구나. 오케이. 아니, 잠깐만, 이게 맞나? 나 오른 안 해. 관리도 싫은데. 바꿔주라. 왜? 뭐 하지? 그래, 리사운드 좀 하자. Can you play Yasuo? Yes, I can. I love Yasuo.
Fucking trash.
What, Yasuo?
My team Yasuo is always trash.
Not me. I'm good at Yasuo.
I don't believe you. Everyone's saying that.
루루야, 근데 루루, you need to move. I need to play game. 이게 I feel like I won't be able to do that well because of my cat. Wow. Ooh. If there are actually questions, can you just translate it for me, Nok?
Sure.
Come on.
But right now they just say that try to get a bed plan.
Try to get a what?
A bed plan.
It's hard to get penta with this. Actually, no, it's not that hard. 들어와, 들어와, 들어와. 근데 우리 컴프가 별로 안 좋다. 톡. 아. 안 되지롱. You need to die. 이거 죽겠다. 이게 내가 죽어? 굿, 굿,
Don't swear.
굿. What happens if I swear?
You get me demonetized.
Really?
Lose the point of you retreating to that.
Really?
Yes.
Also, that does happen.
Yeah. AI is very good right now.
Oh, just for swearing, you actually get demonetized?
So the video itself cannot get like, well, either they don't get ads or they get very limited ads.
Oh. 확실해? 들어와 보지. 아, 잠깐만 친구들. 하고. 그렇지, 이렇게 해야지. 내가 먼저 가야 될 것 같은데. Do you want to play PUBG to have some fun? I am really bad at playing PUBG. I am really bad at playing PUBG. 아, 이거 좋네. 탱? 그래, 탱 가자. My team's so good lah. Ten seconds. Come in. Oh, a strike right there. Ah, xin lỗi. 그쵸? 오. 온다. 아야. 오. 또. 오케이. Maybe you can do a drawing lesson next time. Maybe. Do you have a bank account number or a QR code? 있습니다. 여자친구 새끼는 거. 너 그럴래 자꾸?
Fifteen more minutes.
Italy needs to die. Ooh. Oh.
Kelly.
Concentrate and give us Penta. I think it's quite hard. Our team is too good. My cam is too tiny. How do I fix it? 정도?
Leo.
오. 하하하하. 안 되지롱. Oh! Are you going to stream tomorrow? Maybe I will stream when the PGS is not happening. Maybe I will stream outside in like 1 month or like Tao Dian. 우리 관리 잘해. 오. 아야. 도와줘. 아. Okay, worth it.
That's funny.
You come back Korea. Not anytime soon. Maybe in June. Maybe in June. 갈까? 그래, 가자. 오이. 안 될 것 같은데. 나이스. This does not look good. Worth. You too. Have a good day. End it, boys.
4 minutes.
Ôi trời ơi. Là sao? I know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh. Maybe this is all because of you. Every time I glance at the screen, it's gray. Trust me, it's not. I'm a support.
앤디. 나이스. 끝내자. 오, 아파. 어이서요이. 뭘 가지? 싸우라고? Actually, our team is starting to scale now. Trời ơi. I have 49 assists. 그래도 잘했다. Yeah, I guess I could have played more games if I knew how to actually set this up a little bit earlier. Then, actually, yeah, we'll see if I can play PUBG next time. I'm really bad at it, so. Oh. Okay, well, I guess today's kind of like a testing day for me to stream was actually quite fun. Yeah, hopefully next time if Nok and I can both get on stream, I think that will be a little bit better in terms of communication. So, okay, I guess I met the KPI today, right? Nok, did I meet the KPI?
Yes.
Okay. Anyways, thanks for watching the stream today, people, fans. 잠깐만. Okay.
Okay, I guess I will really try to post some contents if I can. Yeah, so. And for Tao, I will talk to you separately about the things that we can possibly do. Alright, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Bye bye.